Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Linares series of 1991 featuring Vassily Ivanchuk. This is round 12 of the tournament, so only one more round left after this game. This game Ivanchuk is playing against Boris Gelfand, and going into this tournament Gelfand had a rating of 2700. He was rated number 3 in the world. Vassily Ivanchuk was rated number 4, only 5 points lower than Boris Gelfand, 2695. So it's definitely a very interesting game. The tournament is almost over, so there are bound to be more mistakes, and everybody wants to grab that last point. So let's see this game. A lot of people say that this entire game is home preparation by Ivanchuk, but I don't think so, because of one move that Gelfand played. But maybe Gelfand was famous for playing this move in the Grünfeld, so maybe some of you know more. But let's see the game. Ivanchuk had the white pieces and he plays d4, knight to f6, we have c4, g6, knight to f3, bishop to g7, now g3, Gelfand castles, bishop to g2, d5, transposing into the Grünfeld defense, we have castles, d captures on c4, and now knight to a3. And here, a lot of moves are possible for Gelfand, for example, knight to c6, c5, c6, any number of moves, but Gelfand decided to play c3. Now I'm not really familiar with this move, so this is the reason why I don't think that this was Ivanchuk's home preparation. B captures on c3 was played by Ivanchuk, c5, e3, knight to c6, queen to e2, and queen to a5. Now adding pressure to this knight on a3 and also attacking this c3 pawn. So Ivanchuk defends this, bishop to b2, knight to d5, now adding more pressure to the c3 pawn, and rook a to c1. Ivanchuk defends the pawn. And here, again, a lot of moves are possible for black, such as, you can capture on d4. Probably the best move would be to develop this bishop all the way to g4 and gain even more development. But Gelfand played b6. He wants to develop this bishop on b7, or maybe even play bishop to a6, but this is a bit too adventurous. Ivanchuk immediately plays knight to d2, preparing moves like knight to b3 or knight to c4 with a tempo on the queen on a5, and also opening up this bishop's diagonal. So now this bishop is slicing all the way, this knight on d5 is now under attack. If it moves, this knight on c6 is under attack, and that rook on a8 doesn't really look at all bad. So e6 defending the d5 knight, and we have knight to b3, now attacking Gelfand's queen. Queen to a6, offering the exchange of queens, but Ivanchuk declines. He plays c4, now attacking this knight, kicking it away. And there are really not many squares to go to. I mean, only square is knight to b4. If, for example, you jump to e7, d5 here probably is, or d captures on c5 is pretty terrible for black. You can't really recapture. Knight captures. This knight is still pinned. It can't move. So after c4, knight d to b4 was played. And this is, also very problematic, as now Ivanchuk plays knight to b5. And this comes with a pretty big threat. The threat is a knight to c7. And also, Ivanchuk is preparing a3. If a3 is played, this knight has to move. Then this other knight will be under attack. If you play queen to b7, for example, then a3, now this knight has to move, and this is, there's really nowhere it can go. You would have to play something like knight to a6, and then d5 is coming, and this is devastating. E captures on d5, now bishop captures on g7. After king captures, c captures on d5, kicking the knight away, and this is just too powerful for white. Knight to e7, now knight to d6, and white is all over the place. So after this knight to b5 move, probably the best thing to do here for black is to capture this a2 pawn, although this isn't really something you want to do, because after you capture, Ivanchuk has rook to c3. Now Ivanchuk is threatening rook to a1, trapping the queen. But after rook to c3, Gelfand would have to play queen to a6 and now give up the exchange with knight to c6. Queen to b7, and now knight captures rook and queen captures knight on a8. And although he would be down the exchange, he would have this, well, passed a pawn, and maybe he could create some counterplay there. But Gelfand tried to hold on to everything, and after knight to b5, Gelfand played queen to a4. And well, this allows Ivanchuk to end the game in great style. Knight to c3 now with a tempo on the queen. The queen has to move. Now the knight is also defending the a2 pawn, so queen has to go back all the way to a6. So queen to a6, and now a3. Well, this this knight is trapped. It has nowhere to go. The queen just blocked its retreat path to a6. But even if it could move, it really can't, because this bishop would grab the c6 knight. So in this position, Gelfand resigned, as he is simply losing too much material. Some silly forcing variation would be knight to d5, but after c captures knight, Gelfand is forced to exchange queens, as the knight is now attacked with the pawn. So after queen captures and knight captures, e captures on d5, bishop captures on d5, and bishop to b7, all of this is forcing. Black is exactly one piece down, so this is unplayable for black. So after this a3 move, Gelfand resigned the game, and Ivanchuk has a full point lead. And in the last round, Ivanchuk faces Jan Timman. The game is drawn, and Ivanchuk wins Linares 1991 with 9.5 points, half a point ahead of world champion Garry Kasparov with 9 points. So yeah, that's the game. This is only 18 moves, so it's really a miniature. Now I am interested. Do you think that this was home preparation, or was Gelfand simply being too adventurous? With this game, I am finishing the 1991 Linares series featuring Vassily Ivanchuk, and we'll probably do some other series. I just got this book today. This is an excellent book. It's the Zurich International Chess Tournament of 1953 by David Bronstein. Anyone who read this book and well went through it says that it's extremely well, there are no words how valuable this book is. It's great for advanced players and also for intermediate and beginners, because well, you can really learn how to find a plan in the middle game, and for those advanced players, you can really get into the deeper secrets of the position. So yeah, that's probably what my next series will be about. Thank you all for watching. I would like to thank Dirk Koenig for your contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Like I said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon.